What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of the Heel Hookers podcast, episode 166. And we are back. Wait, do you know what it is? Can you guess? It's about that time. Another Apex event, baby. Let's fucking go. UFC Fight Night. For some reason, Vettori versus Dolidze 2. We're here. The most hype Apex fight main event of the first part of the year, huh?
Sure.
Why not?
No, but I don't know.
Not at all, but we'll go along with your
bit. Other Apex main events at this point.
I feel like there was a decent one last month, but either way, I feel like the only reason to do this fight is because what else are you supposed to do with these two?
Yeah.
It's okay. For sure. So before we get into all that, like and subscribe, all that good stuff. We appreciate everyone that does, very much so.
Getting near RoboCop was probably the more hype than this one.
True. Yeah, that was a much better one. So it's like, I get what you mean of like, yeah, just kind of what else do you do with them? But it's not like either of them have like fought everyone in the division and like there's no new matchups, you know? Like there are plenty of different ways that we could have gone about this other than remaking like a fight that was already not a fun fight the first time. Like this was a shitty 3-round fight the first time it happened. It was not fun.
I truly don't remember
it because it wasn't good. There was nothing to it. Marvin looked like dog shit. Roman looked even worse because he ended up losing it, and it was just not a good fight at all. Neither of them were impressive in it. And that's just another big reason why the fuck are we doing this? Like I don't know. I know Marvin's been out, you know?
I think the reason was because we had so many other fighters already booked. It was literally like, what do you do with them? Because we had RoboCop and Cannonier fighting. We had Brendan Allen and Hernandez. Acosta doesn't follow booking rules, so you never know what the fuck's going on with him.
I was gonna say, you're telling me we couldn't have gotten even a rematch between Vettori and Acosta?
I would have loved that.
That was fucking great the first time.
But Ginger's right. Like, you never know what's going on with Paulo. True. He is all over the place.
He's just posting crazy shit on Twitter.
Yeah.
Jared, Jared.
That's the thing. Like everyone under Acosta doesn't really need to be fighting up or up that high into the division, really. And then, like, honestly, this probably would have been better for someone like a Kaio for Marvin Vettori, so Kaio could get another, like, high-level win.
Yeah, for sure. Because, I mean, Roman Dolidze, he's coming off of a 2-fight win streak. He lost the majority decision to Nasruddin in his last one. Since then, he had the short notice fight up a weight class against Anthony Smith, where Smith just kind of looked terrible. That was also just not really a good fight.
Yes.
And then he got the last one October of last year with the first-round injury over Kevin Holland, which was just not a good fighter.
No.
Because it was like during the roll, like it's not like he did something specifically to cause it. It was just a weird freak injury in the rib, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like it really is crazy that like he came into the UFC, you know, like won some fights, had the loss to Trevin Giles, went on a 4-fight win streak, 3 performance bonuses, capping it off with that the goddamn calf fucking slicer with the ground and pound over Jack Hermanson, you know, like just so incredible.
Yeah.
Then since then, every single time, it's just been not good performances, weird performances. It's just like since 23, Roman really just hasn't been able to kind of put it together at all, you know?
Yeah. I wonder if it's because he got that win over Jack, who's a solid person, and now he's fighting guys that are slightly better, and he's just where he's supposed to be, you know? Like, he's never going to be a high-level guy, but he's better than the guys unranked or just right at the back half, you know?
Yeah.
I just think he hit his peak, and this is where he is. I don't know.
No,
that's entirely possible.
And then it's like, as for the booking, I feel like because everyone's like been booked other than Kaio, but I don't know why I guess they were just like, nah, we're not going to him. It's like no one cares what's going on with them because they're just not the names in the division right now, you know?
Yeah,
so they're just like, fuck it, we need to fight for the main event. You guys are 2 ranked guys. Sure, fight.
Yeah.
The only fight really that had some heat on it for Vettori as of right now was Brendan Allen because they had that whole scuffle in the casino and shit. That was really only about it, but... Honestly. Well, it's been so long since that even happened, too.
Yeah.
And then also Brendan Allen just lost to Fluffy. Like,
Yeah, it definitely is just because with saying that Dolidze hasn't really looked good since coming into 23. Marvin one fight in or no, he had the two fights in 23. It was the one against Roman Dolidze, loses to Jared Cannonier, which was just a historic beatdown in that division. And just hasn't fought since. Had a grappling bout in October of 23, but like you said, was booked against Brendan Allen, had to pull out from that. So it just definitely is just weird spots for both of them. To your point too, Kate, of like neither of them are hyped guys or guys that the UFC or anyone has, just really cares about too much. It's, fucking Marvin Vettori, only 31 years old, Roman Dolidze on the older side. 36. So it's
like maybe Vettori will just look better this time, all this time off. Like not necessarily a new game plan because Vettori's Vettori, to be honest, but like just with the age edge and like coming more into his prime, maybe he'll just be a bit stronger, quicker, whatever, and just look a bit better. I don't know.
Yeah, and 5 rounds. I don't know how has Dolidze ever gone. Okay, yeah, he went 5 with Nasruddin. And then that was it. Okay, yeah. So Marvin, I didn't think that he's had many 5-round fights in the UFC, if any. But so Marvin Vittori definitely going to have just that advantage and the edge, pushing being able to fight over 5 rounds than Roman.
Because he's had 5-round fights.
That
all went the full 5 rounds.
Fucking Izzy, Paulo, just a lot of good experience in there for Marvin Vittori in his career. And it's always funny, just one of those things, just been around in the UFC for a lot longer, more UFC fights, and he's 5 years younger than Roman Dolidze as well. So like you said, more than likely, I'm probably going to favor Marvin Vittori in a decision here.
Same.
But just one of those things you never know with all the time off how he's really gonna look.
No, I think he's gonna look better than they did in the last one. Because last one, if I remember right, he was for some reason trying to like counter fight, and that's why it was such a bad performance from him. Because he was on the back foot a lot in that fight.
I'm pretty sure, but I feel like it's one of those things. Like, I mean, out of like all of Marvin's like recent fights, Jared Cannonier, Roman, Whitaker, Paulo, Izzy, Kevin Holland, Jack, Jared easily that like the most imposing physical puncher that's going to be moving in on him. You know what I mean? So it's like,
well, I was talking about the Roman fight, the first Roman fight.
Oh, sorry. Gotcha.
That's what I meant. Like with all that. And then the obvious reason, the other obvious reason I'm going for Vittori is because he's on my draft. Yay.
I forgot that you have him on there. But he probably gets that decision win. It could be a close fight, but I feel like after the end of it, it's gonna be clearly Marvin's though. But 185. So many fun fights in the division, so many interesting people moving through it, and this just happens to be one of those fights where it's not either of those.
You're not wrong.
It's just one of those things, you know what I mean?
As bad as that sounds, you're not wrong.
But Marvin 31, you never know if he'll be able to just put it together at some point and be able to pick it up and move back into a title fight or anything, but we'll see how all of that be going down. Co-main event. It ain't that big, but it's going to be some good fun.
Yeah, I'm sure it will be.
Elizeu Zaleski dos Santos is back in this co-main event, taking on Chidi and Njokuani. Chidi, he moved down to 170 pounds after a rough run of it at 185. Got 2 decision wins, one of those being a split over Reese McKee, which is not impressive at all.
No.
After his last decision win over Jared Gooden, he said that he wanted a top 15 opponent, and he gets a tough vet in Elizeu Zaleski dos Santos, who is unranked.
Respectfully, a win over Reese and Jared does not get you a top 15, and Elizeu is the perfect person to test you prior to getting in. It's like Elizeu is on the older side, but it's like Chidi is not young either. He is 36 years old, his birthday was in December, so it's like he's freshly 36, but he is past his prime. It's like, if you want to get into the top 15 and want to hang with these guys that are up there right now, fight Elizeu and beat him.
11-4-1 in the UFC. His 4 losses for Elizeu in the UFC: Randy Brown by decision, Muslim Salikov by decision, 3rd round finish loss to the Leech, and then a split decision loss to Nicholas Dalby in 2015. it's very hard to beat this guy. Most guys are not beating him clean at all, and to get him out of there is even harder. So this is going to be, bro. I don't know if fucking Chidi can get it done.
I don't know if he can either.
Chidi Bang Bang. He's a whole lot of fun. I was really excited when he came in. I was just wanting for him to do some good stuff, having like the kickboxing background. It just ain't it. I don't think this 170 move is like gonna be that much better for his fortunes or anything like that. Definitely a better weight class because he was definitely outsized and outgunned at 185. Couldn't keep up with the grappling, anything at all. But yeah, this is gonna be a rough one for Chidi, man. If he can get it done, that's definitely good. Like you said, just a great test to see if you should be fighting towards the top 15 against Elizu. But yeah, man, I don't know.
Rough fight for him.
It's rough. Yeah. Elizu, he's like such a tough vet.
Damn, I was just curious about it because I was did not realize Chidi 4 inches taller, 7-inch reach advantage.
Yeah.
God damn.
Yeah, 6'3" with an 80-inch reach. So that's, maybe he might go out there and just knock him out. Honestly, maybe he does get his first finish at 170 pounds.
Yeah, I mean,
maybe he'll be able to put it on
that, or he might just be able to like jab him up to a decision.
Possibly.
Stay on the outside, kind of do what Randy Brown did, just stay on the outside, just touch him up.
Yeah. If he wants any shot of a top 15 opponent after this fight, for sure needs to go out there and get a finish. That's 100%.
Well, needs to at least try to go get a finish. Like,
yeah.
Zaleski's only been knocked out once, or KO'd once. That's a tall order.
No, yeah. For sure. Let's see how that fight goes down at 170 pounds. Let's go. Featured bout, not the craziest fight. Kevin Vallejos making his UFC debut, coming off a win in the Contender Series. 2 fights in the Contender Series. First L, Jean Silva.
Took him to a decision. So he's obviously tough as shit, and he was 21 at the time because he's still only 23 years old now,
which isn't crazy. And that being his only loss in his career, 14-1,
something that ages very well.
Yes.
The one thing that I just noticed, because again, quite a height and reach discrepancy. Kevin is 5'7" with a 68-inch reach, and Sungwoo Choi is 6 foot with a 74.5-inch reach.
Damn. Yeah, that's 5 inches of height and fucking 6.5-inch reach or something. You said 68-inch reach?
Yeah.
6.5-inch reach advantage. Yeah, that's fucking big.
It is, but it's also like he's been knocked out 3 times, sub twice, lost a decision twice. It's like, I'm not trying to talk shit. He's solid, but he can definitely get finished. And Kevin, obviously, seemingly tough as hell, and he mainly finishes people. He'd be going out there and knocking them the fuck out. So it'll be good to see if he can deal with someone that's a lot bigger than him and still get them out of there,
Yeah, for sure. Because it's like the losses to, like the first round knockout loss to Mike Trezano for Sungwoo Choi, it definitely isn't the greatest one like that.
No.
But getting knocked down in the first round, fucking Steve Garcia, you're fighting fucking Steve Garcia.
Steve Garcia,
you know what I mean? The submission losses to Gavin Tucker, Alex Casero is not too bad. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, his first loss to the UFC was to Movzar. You can't blame him for that one. Like, no shame.
Exactly. So, but that. Kevin might be able to. It definitely is just going to come down to that fucking size and reach and how he's able to deal with that for sure.
Yeah, because it's one of those things where it's like, obviously, this guy has more experience and he has 10 fights in the UFC on the negative end of them, but it's taller, longer, more experience. It'll just be a good test to see, how Kevin deals with stuff like that.
Yep.
Yeah, 100%. Gotta be able to test all the different parts of the game, just on the way up and everything.
Yep.
It's one of those things though, fucking, like you said earlier, 23 years old. So it's just, that's fucking just rough business. You know what I mean? Just, like so many guys, even if they're older, just coming into the UFC, getting a debut, you're fighting maybe a 0-1 guy and 0-2 guy.
Yeah.
This guy 4-6, 10 fights in the UFC. Like you said, not the greatest record, but that's a lot of experience that most people get cut even before coming close to that. So
yeah.
So 145 pounds probably should be a fun scrap. So let's see how that one plays out. Okay, I know you're super hyped for this next one. Or Hollowbow, your boy.
Your boy?
Let's go.
I was about to say your boy.
Yeah, Kurt Holloway, he's back in action at 38 years old with a perfect 2-5 record in the UFC, coming off of a win though, so that's very nice. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know about this fight. It's either Hernandez is either gonna go in there and beat the fucking shit out of him, or it's gonna be a classic. Hernandez is gonna go out there, beat the fucking shit out of him round one, get tired, and he's gonna lose 2 and 3, and Kurt Holloway by decision, or maybe like a late rear naked choke. Or
Yeah.
I'm going Hernandez by a knockout first round.
Knockout first round.
Yes.
He has one knockout loss, and it was in round 3 to Hayani Barcelos' entire career. I'm going to go probably third round sub, honestly. He's got 10 submission wins, 7 knockout wins, 4 decision wins. Kurt Holloway getting this done. He's beating Alexander Hernandez.
He might.
Hernandez loves to shit the bed,
He does.
but Kurt also ain't that good.
Exactly.
Yep.
I don't know.
It's like Alex Hernandez might like to shit the bed, but he's 7-7 in the UFC. He's at least 50-50. Kurt just got his first 2 wins in the UFC in 23 and 24, his second run.
Yep.
Like you're talking about, he's coming off of a win and he's 2-5 in the UFC.
Okay.
Like,
Yes.
let's be fair. His first run in the UFC, 2013, loses the decision to Steven Siler. No shame in that. He was 9-1, went up against the 21-9 guy. Comes in on his second run, loses to Hani Barcelo, Shane Burgos, Thiago Moises.
yeah, it's rough. It's rough. It is.
So now he's back, Austin Hubbard lost to Trey Ogden, B. Kane, and Krasovsky. He's back, He's here.
But he's also 38 years old, as to where Alex Hernandez has been shitting the bed as a child because he's only 32 now. So it's like
32, huh?
Yeah, so it's like in the past 14 fights that he's had where he's gone 50-50 and shit the bed, it's like he was in his 20s for the most of it. So
Yep.
We'll see. But I still wouldn't be surprised if Kurt got him out of there in the end or won a decision. Like,
No, yeah.
It should be a fun fight, though. I definitely am expecting it to be some fun.
To be fair, I was kind of just talking shit about Hernandez round 1 KO. I think he wins round 1 or round 2, and then maybe gets tired round 3. He doesn't, win that round, but probably just, wins the decision overall.
Let's see how all that plays out. Let's go. Definitely not a fight where we're looking to some future contenders, but hey, always some good fun on the UFC card, especially when you're at 155.
Exactly. I was about to say 155. That's kind of the big reason it's still like, oh, this should be exciting.
Yeah. But going to another great weight class, going on down the card, 135 pounds. The Renegade Cody Gibson is back with a slightly better record than Kurt Holloway in the UFC at 3-5. He is on a 2-fight win streak, something Kurt Holloway hasn't managed to do.
True.
But he's taking on Damon Jack.
He's
Damon
probably going to get subbed. Damon's probably going to sub him.
Sub the calf slicer twister combo.
He's got 4 submission losses on his record.
Yeah. Damon has 10 submission wins on his record.
Yep, but out of his 5 losses in the UFC, only 1 submission loss there. So
against Cody? 2. Who was it?
Cody Gibson. Yeah, he got subbed by Manny Gambirian in 2014. What a throwback name.
Manny Gambirian.
That is great to see. Oh, that made me happy. Round 2 guillotine choke. You remember Manny, right? Manville? Yeah, Ultimate Fighter. He was on fucking Nate Diaz's team.
Oh, God, yeah.
He was the super short guy. He was on fucking Corey Hill's shoulder, and they're fucking...
Manny Gambirian.
Yep, cousin to fucking... What was it? Carl Parisian, yeah.
He went on...
Older guy on his way back, 37. He's getting subbed by Damon.
Yes. But just... Oh, my God. After that beats Scott Jorgensen... Just talking about throwback names. Then loses to John Dodson and Johnny Eduardo.
All I'm going to say is that if Cody Gibson, for as shitty as a 14th birthday he had, he's going to get this fight done. Right?
All right.
Sure.
Don't care. Moving on.
Blackshear by sub.
Yeah.
But he was born in 1987, September 11th.
That's why you say that's shitty about 14th, but I was wondering.
Yeah, what a great fight. Last fight on the main card, Su Young Yu taking on AJ Cunningham. Su 1-0 in the UFC, AJ 0-1, a classic matchup.
Yeah. To be fair to Cunningham, his one loss, if I remember right, is Ludwig Klein on short notice.
Yeah, that's rough.
Front body kick round 1.
But he also got knocked out on Contender Series.
That is true.
Yeah, Steve Nguyen. Oh yeah, he lost to Arjano Aarons in the UFC last year. Hasn't fought since. Yeah, I don't got much on this fight.
Yeah, I don't know. Because it's not like Su Young Yu gets a lot of knockouts or anything, so he's just not real threatened in that aspect.
And we only got to see one round of AJ so far, so I don't know.
Yeah, we'll see what happens in this one, but it's opening up the main card, so let's go. Other than that,
oh my god, again. Why are people so big and small against each other on this card?
Damn, with that
So
one.
Young Yu, 5'6" with the 65-inch reach, and AJ Cunningham, 5'10" with a 71-inch reach.
Damn, you're 5'6" with a 65-inch reach at 145. That's fucking rough.
Drop down.
2 weight classes. Like he is literally 1 inch taller, and I think the same reach as Joshua Van.
Yeah. Yes.
And Joshua Van should never fight at 135.
No.
And it's like, yeah, obviously builds are different, but yeah, that's fucking insane.
AJ Cunningham.
So AJ Cunningham by decision.
Probably
By being taller.
I thought
it's
you were
just also funny because their last weigh-ins, Su Young Yu's his last weigh-in was 135, and AJ's last weigh-in was 155, and they're just meeting in the middle at 145.
Perfect.
That's
absolutely beautiful.
Sorry, too much on that fight.
That's fine.
I thought you were talking about the next fight because I was like, what? There's no way. Yeah, they're pretty much the same height, same reach. 1 inch difference in both.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm very interested in
headliner.
this.
Heavyweight bout. We all love the big boys out here. I'm the man representing the big boys the most with all the love. Let's go.
I'm not gonna lie, I didn't realize that Ryan Spann decided to move up to heavyweight.
Yeah.
It just never occurred to me when we talked about this fight booking.
Yeah.
Just one of those random ones, but it's like random because it wasn't expecting it.
But he's big enough for it.
He's huge.
Oh my god, bro. 6'5", I'm pretty sure like in
6'5", 79.
79. Okay, yeah.
So just short of 80. Waldo Cortez-Acosta, 6'4" with a 78-inch reach. So they're pretty much neck and neck there. Like, there's no real difference.
Yeah,
bro,
this ain't no fucking Vitor Petrino moving up.
Yeah. The key things of this fight right off the bat. 1, what the fuck is Ryan Spann's power going to be like at heavyweight? Because dude is wild and powerful at 205.
Yes.
Let's see how that transitions to 265, you know?
Mm-hmm.
2. What the fuck is this fight gonna look like? Because Ryan Spann goes out there to instantly finish the fight or get finished. Like, it is so wild watching him fight and how it's just like, goddamn, like, I don't know his training camp or coaches, whatever, like what he's got, but it's like, there's got to be someone of like, if we like, it's kind of like the Johnny Walker thing where it's like, if we could just dial in your attributes into the right way, like you should just be a problem for everyone. But then he just goes doing the wildest shit, and then he just loses fights, like, and it's crazy. It's so insane to watch.
Want to make sure Fortis MMA, that's Saif Saud, right?
I believe so.
Yeah, that's his head coach.
That's crazy.
Like, maybe he's just a thick-headed, untrainable motherfucker, you know?
He's got to be, man. He's got to be.
Yeah.
That's so
he's got really good guillotine. We do have to mention that with Ryan Spann. He has a majority of his wins are by submission.
Yeah, 13 submission wins. Yeah.
Like
6 knockout wins, 3 decision wins.
I wonder if he started using a bit more grappling, if that would help.
Bro, yeah, fucking heavyweight bro, just blast double these motherfuckers.
Well,
He's gonna be so much faster,
if he hurts,
and they're gonna fall over.
You want to know what's gonna be? It's gonna be. You want to know why? Probably it's so many guillotines. It's probably he hurts his opponent. They try to shoot in on him, and then he's able to grab up those guillotines. And with that power he has, he probably has really good just grip strength, and just feels like your head's about to pop off. So if he hurts Waldo, I know Waldo will shoot. And then all of a sudden, now he's wrapped up in the guillotine.
Yeah.
Banned by sub.
It really might be the case. I don't know. I'm not sure. I might have to just go back and look at what I've picked for him and how those have played out, and then just go against my. But it's like I really feel like probably like his best game plan, especially at heavyweight. He should honestly just do to these guys basically what John Jones did to fucking to Cyril Gane in the title fight. Like obviously not in the same way, but it's like go out there, like put a jab on them to like try and back them up, blast double them up to the fucking cage, and then just get the fucking higher position and wrap up the fucking neck and just crank on them, and they're probably just gonna fucking tap and if they don't tap, they're gonna give a shitty position, and then you're gonna grab something better. So or
you're just gonna ground pound the fuck out of them. Yeah, a lot of them cannot get up.
Yeah, not at all. And he's a big boy. I can't wait to see what he weighs in at.
Yeah.
But I am actually very interested for this fight.
You guys want to take an over-under? What do you think? Over-under 235.
Over. I'm going to say in the 240s.
Probably right on that.
Because I was going to say 238, 239.
Yeah. Probably like mid-240s, yeah.
It's going to be really interesting seeing what he actually physically looks like. And how he's carrying this weight.
On the dot.
But looks like Francis Ngannou type shit, where it's mainly muscle. And it's just like, oh, fuck.
Yeah, that's why I went like this, because I didn't mean fat. I meant just in there, I'm big now.
Bro, imagine he just pulled up, just belly like Roy Nelson. He's just like, what's up, guys?
We're just like, fuck.
Oh my God.
Oh, that'd be awful.
Yeah, that would be. But yeah, definitely interested in that one.
Yes.
Sam Page gonna beat this up and comer?
Maybe
not.
We'll see.
I don't know. But I know really for like other than that, like the prelim headliner, prelim card, we got 4 undefeated fighters.
Yep.
Yes.
We've been keeping track of it. 8 wins, 14 losses so far in the UFC for undefeated fighters in 2025.
Mm-hmm.
Has not been going too great overall. How the fuck is the overall record of undefeated fighters going to improve after this one?
I really think at best it's going 2-2.
Yeah.
It's hard, man, because it's like Andre Lima, he's back. He's easily a very solid fighter at 125 pounds, 3-0 in the UFC. Obviously, got real fucking notable off his UFC debut with the whole bite bonus and everything like that, winning by DQ. 2 decision wins since then. The split decision over Mitch Fox wasn't the greatest, but he did look really good in the last one. Getting the UD, just showing like a lot of really good skills. But taking on 17-6 Daniel Perez, 1-1 in the UFC at 36 years old at flyweight. I don't really know if he's actually going to be able to offer too much to Andre Lima, honestly.
Yeah. Andre Lima is just going to shit the bed because he's undefeated and the O must go, you know?
Yeah, I was about to say undefeated in the year 2025.
Damn, Daniel Perez has a first-round verbal finish to fucking Manel Kopp in 2013.
What?
He got finished by Manel, yeah.
Probably was getting beat up. Is that was it a sub?
Yeah.
Probably verbal sub, yeah. I wonder what the position was. Which is hilarious because at the time when people were predicting this, only 10% with Manel Kopp and 90% went Perez by submission.
That's awesome. But yeah, so I do feel like Andre Lima should be able to go out there, perform, and keep his O. He should be able to.
Should. I could see that.
And then
there are three of them are making their debut, so it's hard to be like, this is why they would or would not live.
I
stay undefeated. So
no, yeah, for sure. So I wonder if with Josias Musasa. He is 8-0. He has 7 knockouts, 1 decision. The 1 decision being on Contender Series, and it was a split decision. And I do remember him like slowing down towards the end because he generally gets first round finishes. Carlos has never been knocked out before. He's been subbed a couple times. He's lost a couple decisions, but he can definitely win decisions. So I wonder if that'll play a part at all, or if he'll go out there and knock him out.
Yeah, 37 years old too. Was this 135?
Yes.
And then Josias is only 26, so it's like definitely interesting. But of the undefeated fighters, I am excited to see Eunice Dubin here making her debut and fighting Carly Judas, because that's going to be a really good fight. Carly is wild. Eunice has power. Carly's tough as shit. It's like, damn, how is this really going to go?
Right.
I know we were talking about the potential of like Eunice only has finishes mostly in the first round, and up until her Contender Series fight, she only fought people making their professional debut. And then she went on to Contender Series and fought someone that was 5-0, but she still got her out of there the same exact way. It was Shannon Clark, and Shannon Clark is also a very solid fighter.
Yes.
So it's like, can you really fault her at this point?
Yeah, so like, you know, obviously that shows some good things, and I know that she's been training in Colorado, and that I just trust that she's worked on her cardio to do that, but I just don't know if she's going to get Carly out of there.
I
feel like
Carly's here, man.
I know.
So much.
There's no reason to go into the UFC at 3-0.
I can't believe they were gonna book our 2 girls in fucking Juju and Carly. Oh my god, man, that was gonna be terrible. Yeah, this is what, Carly 25 years old, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, 26 now.
26. But yeah, just 3-2, just 0-2 in the UFC, or 0-1 in the UFC, right? It was because the loss on Contender Series. Rough for Carly, but like you said, she'll be off. Bro, go fucking, if you ever see it, I don't know if I doubt Carly's gonna win. She probably gets cut after, but if you ever see that name pop up on a fucking LFA or anything, go watch whatever she's gonna do to some poor girl on that fucking regional show, because she's gonna fucking murk some people, man. Like, oh my god,
it's like, this is not the fight to sleep on.
No, 100%.
Yeah, and then we got DR out of Kazakhstan taking on Brenton Hibiero. Brenton. I don't know, man.
Brenton 1-2 in the UFC.
Yeah.
His
he got the
one win
over Kyle Machado,
which is Kyle Machado.
Yeah, that's not anything.
Did beat Bruno Lopez in his Contender Series win. So I don't know how that factors in, but
I mean, but
damn, this guy, he's got finishes, he's got subs, he's got knockouts, but he's also gotten 5 rounds and gotten the decision wins.
That's crazy.
So that's
5 rounds
good.
in Eagle FC.
Yeah, so that's pretty good for a light heavyweight.
19-14 guy, that is kind of
Yeah, but you know what I mean. It's just the fact of actually being able to do that.
Yeah.
First round knockout over Emiliano Sordi, not bad though.
I was about to say, looking at these records, first fight is great at 4. Him making his debut, making it against someone who's 4-2. Awesome. Oh no. 2-1, 18-21.
Crazy.
12-3, 19-14, 23-12, 8-2-1. There are a couple of those that are like
fight on the regionals, but he's got some solid records in there.
Yeah, like Emiliano Sordi, definitely his best win. Like, that's a very solid win for him to have. Like, Emiliano fought a lot of very good people and just
And it's not even like he's old yet. He's fucking 34.
Yeah.
Let's say the Magomedov on there has fought Rebecca and Armin Saryukin on the regional scenes. One amateur, one professional.
Crazy.
That's kind of funny.
That is. But yeah. So they are probably gonna go out there and get it done.
Damn,
Maybe.
so are the undefeated's going to actually go positive?
I don't know, but that's the thing. These fucking undefeated guys, you think that they're going to win. They're looking good, and they just don't. You know what I mean? So it's like...
I mean, that's anyone there. Oh, they're on a win streak. They're looking good, and then they don't.
Well,
you know?
But Peyton Talbot,
I know.
is what I'm saying. They're supposed to win.
I know.
Everyone favored other than Eunice Dubin for some reason to win their fight.
And I favor her the most out of all of them to win her fight. Like,
but I get it. It's like I said, the only reason I saw was she fought everyone besides the person on Contender Series was 0-0. But then she fought someone who had the same record as her at 5-0.
Yeah.
It's still knocked her out in
And
the first
still
round.
one punched her unconscious.
Yeah.
So I don't know why.
I don't know. Either way, though, that's all the motherfucking fights that matter from this. I will mention that hopefully we do get a vicious Priscilla Cachoeira beatdown. That would be nice to see.
I'm always down to see
hopeful that-
I'm always down to see a dirty fighter get beat up.
Yep. Because it is one of those things. Just these motherfuckers talk about people being dirty fighters, and then you got Priscilla. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
It's so funny that Priscilla is 5 inches taller than Josiane Nunes, and Josiane still has a 2-inch reach advantage because she is 5'2" with a 67-inch reach.
Jesus
Yeah,
Christ.
bro, she built so crazy.
I know.
Like,
Yeah.
you look at her, and it's just like you just see how fucking long her arms are. It is so crazy.
Yeah, it's awesome.
All
He's like-
arms, no neck.
Because how tall is she?
5'2".
And what's the reach? 67?
67.
Yeah, it's like, bro, I'm fucking 8 inches taller than her, and I got like a 3.5-inch reach advantage on her. It's insane. But yeah, other than that, that's all there is from this UFC Apex event. Let's go. Not really anything going on in fight news this week or anything either. We do, obviously, there was the announcements last week with Dana and Turkey and the whole boxing. I don't know how much you guys really care to even get into that or anything.
There's
but
nothing besides they're doing it. Like we don't know any fighters potentially that they're gonna try to sign. We don't know anything yet. It's like just like, hey, we're doing a thing.
So the two things, like, you know, that kind of with like, oh, don't like no fighters or whatever. Like the one thing that I will say is, one, obviously there was like the whole like things that was happening a few weeks back. I forget exactly when now, but there was like the negotiations of like Canelo to fight Jake Paul, and then how that kind of fell apart, and he then signed a 4-fight deal with Turkey. I wonder how much of all this behind the scenes stuff, you know, was kind of talks with that in Turkey being like, yo, fuck that guy. We're doing our own thing. You come fight for us. We're going to get you versus Terrence Crawford to start our new thing. You know what I mean? Like,
and that's
I feel
entirely
like that's
possible.
a possibility. But then something that I did see that I showed to Kate, which I was just like, this is where it fucking starts. Because I think it was the WBC. They ordered David Benavidez to be the mandatory for Dimitri Bivol.
Yes.
And Turkey Al-Sheikh was like, basically saying to Dimitri, like, fuck that, what we do for you and everything, like, basically be smart and fucking make the right decision, and like, you know what I mean, and just so Dimitri Bivol is gonna be one of the first fighters of, he is an undisputed boxing champion holding 4 of the titles.
Yes.
Does he say, these titles mean nothing to me and I'm gonna go make the money with Turkey and fight for his belt, or does he hold on to that shit? And I feel like that's gonna, like, whatever Dimitri does, that's gonna be such a big factor in how things start to go, because then it's like fucking Usyk wants to fight Poatan, they could easily get that going. Like, there are so many things that they could fucking do to just instantly take control of the sport of boxing.
Dimitri, he is right. Do the right thing. Tell Turkey Al-Sheikh, I'm gonna keep my fucking belts.
Because that's where it's just hard for me too. Because obviously I'm not like a fucking diehard boxing fan. So it's like, at the end of the day, the kind of mechanics of how boxing works and shit doesn't really affect me. Don't really care. It's just, if there's gonna be fights that I'm like, oh, this is interesting, I'm gonna tune in to watch it. I ain't never gonna pay for them. It is what it is, and that's just how it goes. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, I do want what's best for the fighters.
Yes.
But if the boxers are going to do the same things that MMA fighters did, and they don't give a fuck to do what's best for them, I ain't going to give a single fuck about what happens then. You like, you know what I mean? Like, everyone was so willing to just go and work with Turkey and take all of the Saudi government money just to get the big payday. Well, they took control of boxing, and now they want to do more. So are you okay with still just taking the money and giving away your rights, or do you actually care about that? And it's like, if they don't, then it's just, why should any of the fans? You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, we're going to get a lot of big fucking fights and a lot of big cards, because Dana White's going to be fucking putting together all this boxing shit. You know what I mean?
No, and I understand that. It is just one of those things where it's just like, I very much have been like, let's keep it is better for the fighters to keep it the way it is now, then move into a UFC style, potentially UFC style thing with Dana and Turgalashik.
Yeah. It's
I
definitely
just
better for
hope
fighters
they-
to have control than going to
Yes.
Monopoly.
No, yeah, 100%. And that's why I would prefer it just to stay that way. And it's just,
For sure.
who knows?
Yeah. But yeah, so big things are gonna happen for sure. Obviously you got fucking Dana White is very good friends with Trump, and so it's like it's definitely just a fucking thing for fucking another day or whatever.
Yeah.
But it's like Luke Thomas saying that it's like, with the Ali Act, like that's something that like Trump can't just like sign as an executive
Yeah, he can't just get
order away.
rid of that because it is literally legislation. He cannot undo that.
Okay,
It
so
has
it's
to
like,
go through Congress. They would have to make new laws to get rid of it, or it'd have to go to the Supreme Court. The president
Gotcha.
cannot just undo something that is already in the law books. Like,
Gotcha. So, but it's always with those things. It's like obviously
Mhm.
we'll see how things can play out with that.
to be fair,
Uh,
like the reason like it is still worrying, even though like he can't just sign something, they control the House, the Senate. They have a lot of
Supreme Court.
control, so it's already he can just tell his sycophants in the Senate, hey, write a bill
my
for this.
constituents.
You know? Yeah, if people get to this point, they're really going to be able to tell where we fall politically.
I've been poisoned by my constituents.
But that's gonna wrap up this episode of the podcast. Oh man, yeah. Yeah, we'll see what happens with boxing. This Apex card, hopefully we get some good fights out of it. 13 fights from it, so a little bit more than the pay-per-view last week. So let's go.
Yeah.
But other than that, I hope you all enjoyed this one. Like and subscribe if you did, and we will catch you on the review. Peace.